guys, Joe here. Well, as you can see, I stashed one of my Lavvus up here. It's been up here for 2 months. No sign of any disturbance. And, well, as you can see, it was fun trying to find it. Anyways, what I'm going to do is show you how I modify my Lavvus with a zipper. So, let's get started, huh? Okay, well, we got the two components. This is a number 1 Lavvu, the smallest of the ones, which is fine since I'm short. But yeah, this is going to be keeping up here, doing some tricks and what. But what you're going to need is a length of 1 or 2 zippers, about 60 inches. So got my little seat right there because we had some weather here. No snow, unfortunately. The Sierras did get some snow, so let me show you the distance there. Zoom in on them. Here we go. So, at least they got some snow. It's more important. Anyhow, so let me show you how I get started on this. All right. All right, guys. This is the stuff I pretty much use to sew up the zipper onto my Lavvu, as well as the buttons. So, one thing I have is a length of bank line, which I separated into different fibers here. I find that it's really strong. You have your classic OD, military issue buttons for your BDUs and everything, which works great for the buttons on the Lavvu. And of course I have a couple of different needles, sail needles and such. Believe it or not, this will actually sew up all the buttons onto one length of the Lavvu. Scissors to make the buttonholes, as well as cutting the thread. My Gerber multi-tool, which is it's easy to go, for the needle to go in, but trying to get it through the buttonhole, it takes a little effort, so you got to pull it a bit. And bank line. So let me show you how I sew it up. All right. One of the first things I did before coming up here was with a grease pen. Get this closer to you. There you go. Right in here, as I make the mark by deer just ran by. Never mind. Anyways, with the buttonhole right here, I make the mark to where I want the button to go. All right. Let's sew this on. It's very important to take the measurements, because just when you think, oh, it all evens out, you set it up and it's like off kilter like this. So you really don't need a whole lot to sew this up. It's a good idea to pay attention where which hole you go into if you want it to be nice and tight. Otherwise, you look at it and you're like, what the hey? And yeah, the button will shift around on you as you're trying to sew which makes it really irritating. There we go. There you go. One button. So, I'm not going to torture you and showing you how I sew up every single button. I'll just do like this one here and one towards the end. And then we'll move on to how we place the buttonholes. Alright guys, I got one end put together. Now, the important part of making the slits for the buttons is put your two pieces together so they'll like fit like so. Then the fun part here of juggling things. Find the button on the original piece right here. You take your strip of zipper. Brain fart. God dang it. And you find where it goes. Right here. You pinch like so. I'll take my scissors and just carefully cut into it to where it's like so. Don't look like much. Don't have to be much. It just has to get the button through it. And I like, it to be real snug going through, not too much to where it's going to tear, but there we go. And again, I like to grab the two pieces at the top right here and then just pull things a little taut. Find where it needs to go. I pinch where it needs to go. Fold over, pinch, and just a slight cut, like so. Be mindful of how close you are getting to the edge, because, well, the closer you are to the edge, the more likely it's going to tear. A lot of it is just holding, measuring, because like the carpenter is saying, is measure twice, cut once. Pinch where I want it to cut, fold over, pinch again. And slightly cut. Maybe a little click, click, like little two slips. Like so, and got a little too close to the edge there. And by this point, I don't need to grab the top here. I just have to just grab up here to make sure everything's fairly straight. Pinch. Fold over. And try to cut more towards the center. There we go. Much better. Let me finish this up and we'll get this all completed. Alright, we got all the buttons secured. Now you take your flap, the outside part, and cinch it onto the buttons. It's going to be a little bit tight, but that'll work. Sometimes the buttonholes are a little tight, like they were like, oh, got a little ambitious in sewing, so like half of it. I'll take like my knife, so something like this might be a little bit too big for it, but just gently tease the threads apart. As I said, just everything about this, like making the holes and such, you have to be slow and gentle, because otherwise it could just really muff it up. Like setting your a stove in your Lavvu and not paying attention to how far apart the flap, the holes are, and scorching it. Okay, and there you have it. One modified Lavvu with zippers. As I said before, pay attention to how you're putting it on. Do kind of a test run. Nothing like putting it on and realize that, oh yeah, got it all together and the flaps are on the outside. Not that it's a bad thing per se, but in the Lavvu community, that's sort of kind of a pet peeve of them. But another thing is, if you're gonna, but before you want to cut the holes into your zipper strip, is practice. I mean, it's so easy just to take your pair of scissors and just fold it and just go like that and open it up, and it's like instead of being this, it's like this. So yeah, take a piece of fabric and practice. Just go gentle cuts, and if it's too small, that's fine. That's fine. You can take your your scissors. Take the sharp edge. You just kind of just saw it just a bit, or take a little razor. But I prefer to use the scissor, a little bit more control, because with a razor, you have a tendency to go a little bit too much. All right, let's set this up and see how it looks. Alright. I could use the stakes that came with it, but this is a very, very, very sandy soil, and we have some rather gnarly winds here. I don't know how many times that these stakes have just been ripped out, because you know the wind just hits and likes to burrow under things. So that, using super duper long, strong stakes. Now the fun part. The fiddling and faddling of getting the pull up, trying to get things straightened out. Here's the question. Did I get it too tight? Spread out. Whew, almost. It was just taut enough. Oh yeah. Oh yes. The fun part of one side doesn't work. Dang it. Not helping it. There's rocks underneath. Oh boy. Whew. Right. There you have it. Up. So, let me show you how well the zippers work. Alright, check it out. I removed this from this stake here. It's just, when I tried opening it, it was just more of this. That's a little drawback of this stuff. There you have it. One Lavvu. I'm probably going to try to search around here, find some, some long enough trees to make a tripod, so I could take the center pole out, or rig up something here. Anyways, there you have it. This is the way I modify my Lavvu. It's simple, but can be tedious, but it works. So, if you like it, hey, hit like. And if you haven't already, subscribe. So, talk to y'all later.